AI might be doing something similar. It dramatically lowers the cost of producing code, which means other parts of the system start to matter more. So the leadership work is to pay attention to how the system responds as speed and throughput increases. Where is the friction now showing up downstream? Is it in review capacity? Is it in deploy pipelines? Is it in incidents or rollbacks? Hi, and welcome back. In this episode, I want to talk about AI, not the latest features or tools, but instead what happens to engineering teams when writing code suddenly becomes cheaper. I will share why I think the current focus on speed and productivity is only one part of the story. Then I will talk about what tends to happen when throughput increases. And at the end, I'll leave you with one small thing that you can try in your own team that hopefully is beneficial for you. Let's start by saying that yes, AI is making it dramatically cheaper to write code. And that's the part that a lot of folks are focused on right now. How fast we can generate code, how much more we can ship, how productive individual engineers can be, and all these are fantastic things to be asking ourselves. But I also think it's only the most obvious effect of this revolution. I am extremely optimistic about AI tools. I am using them. The teams that I am part of are using them. And part of my job right now, or any leader's job, is to make sure that people in your teams have the space, the budget to experiment with all these tools. Try the new ones, find the ones that work best for their workflows, figure out how can they share the knowledge with their peers. All this is fantastic. But there is another question that I'm spending some time on that I wanted to share with you, which is when throughput goes up, where does the system push back? I've seen this pattern before. When we remove friction in one part of the system, the work and challenges show up somewhere else. For example, when cloud infrastructure became cheap and easy to provision, setting up the infrastructure stopped being the main constraint. Teams could spin up services much quicker, and scaling wasn't a long planning exercise anymore. But that increased complexity elsewhere. Teams ended up with more services, more dependencies, and more surface area to operate. Questions like ownership, reliability, and how changes ripple across system became much harder and much more important than the actual mechanics of provisioning infrastructure. Similar thing happened when CI and CDE improved, right? Deployments became easier and more frequent. Release coordination stopped being the bottleneck. But systems change more often now. Failures didn't disappear, they just show up in different ways. Understanding what changed, why it changed, and how to recover quickly became the real work. So what I've noticed is each time we reduce friction in one place, we increase the need for judgment somewhere else. And I believe that AI might be doing something similar. It dramatically lowers the cost of producing code, which means other parts of the system start to matter more. So the leadership work is to pay attention to how the system responds as speed and throughput increases. Where is the friction now showing up downstream? Is it in review capacity? Is it in deploy pipelines? Is it in incidents or rollbacks? Is it in how well people understand the systems that they're working in? Both the questions that you need to ask as well as the answers will look different for every team. But what matters is seeing where upstream speed is creating downstream pressure. And again, I want to be clear, none of this is an argument against AI. I'm super excited about these tools, and I think everyone should be part of this revolution. But being optimistic doesn't mean ignoring what the system is telling us. It means listening earlier so that you and your team can stay ahead of the curve. So here's one small experiment you can try. For the next couple of weeks, pick one downstream signal and watch it, not to fix it, just to observe it. Maybe you want to look at review queues, maybe deploy times, maybe incident recovery time. And once you've observed this, ask yourself, is this where the work has moved? Maybe you see that review times now have increased. That's the analysis that I am doing right now. And I think it's worth spending time on this because AI is increasing throughput and the leadership work is understanding where the new bottlenecks are. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you found this useful, and see you next week. Bye bye.